I'm going to analyze this fight scene as a how to do a comedy fight scene. And I'm working on a screenplay right now. I'm a independent filmmaker with background in stunt performance and action filmmaking, and I'm working on a screenplay, and I'm trying to add in more comedy. And as an analysis, I was like, how how many jokes do I need to fit into a scene? As an example, if I want the scene to be funny, how can I approach it? And so, particularly, I'm working on a scene leading into a fight scene, and I want the fight scene to be serious but also funny. And so, as an example, I pulled up this meat and potatoes fight scene from Sherlock Holmes, and as I was just counting how many jokes are actually in this scene, it's it's mind blowing to me how many jokes they like interwove into this scene, and I wanted to break it down right here, right now. So here we go. I'm gonna just follow along, and I'm gonna pause every time I see a joke or notice a joke. So right right immediately when this scene enters, this is a joke right here. Like just the pure comedy of how much this is a visual comedy. How much bigger this guy is from the two guys in the bowler hats next to him. Also, the bowler hats being like the guy with the black bowler hat, one guy with the white. That's a little bit sort of comedy, but like that's not enough to. That's like a supportive element, but it's not enough to get a warrant its own joke right now in this analysis. Definitely helpful though. But this element though, this guy walking in and he's a full head taller than these guys. That's a joke. It's a visual comedy.
Y'a problème?
So casual, not trying to pick a fight. I kind of like, I want to say that's a joke almost, but his line is not really a joke. Their astonished face is a bit of a joke. So I'm gonna the two together is a bit of a joke. The sigh of
Meat.
This is a joke, meat or potatoes, but also
Potato.
notice he was pointing at him each time, right? There's a joke. We're 10 seconds in. We've already had 4 jokes. 4 jokes in 10 seconds. All right.
Meat. Potatoes.
There you go.
My 10 minutes are up.
There's another one. My 10 minutes are up. That when they came into the space, he said, I got 10 minutes. 10 minutes are up. There's a joke. He threw the bowler hat at the guy. There's another joke. The music is upbeat. The music's not a joke though. It's just like helping to set the vibe. But the bowler hat being thrown at him was definitely a joke. There's also this sound effect here that it sounds like a whipping sound. I don't quite know.
My 10 minutes are up.
Yeah, so like I don't know what caused that. It looks like he might have thrown something down, but it accomplishes like a certain like satisfaction of we're starting the fight. Whip, let's go. Like it's kind of like I'm not going to call it a joke, but it's supportive of the comedy element. Throwing the bowler hat, I think, is definitely it's a joke. But it's not, but it's also like he's using a bowler hat to distract and get the upper hand for the moment. All right, we're at 5. That's a joke. You're not going to touch me. Does it again. Gets another joke. He's amused. Okay, so there's 7. That's a nice big joke. The facial reactions were at 8. 9. Frying pan. There's a joke. 10.
Je suis pas pressé.
11. Joke. See, we're not even a minute in, and we're already at 11 jokes that I can just like count right there.
You alright?
Joke. 12. Stuck. Watch him preoccupied. He's gonna die. Chill. 12. We're at 12. You see how like it happens so fast, and when you're not just relying on dialogue, and you're using on like the visual, the sound, the physicalization, like you're using all the gamut of nonverbal communication to communicate here. It's amazing. It's great. It's not a joke, but it's like maybe it could be a joke, but like it's not. But the sound of him kind of like having to the guy in the closet now trying to like get himself situated, that's a joke. So we're at like 13 now. 13. The little, you know what? I'm gonna actually say, because they paused the music. They paused the music so that we could hear the sounds of him getting ready, like situating himself. Like everything stopped, the fight stopped so that we could hear him getting taken care of. All right, so we're at 13, I think 13 or 14 now. I'm gonna say we're at 14 because I feel like there's 2 jokes in there. I think, and maybe 7. Let's say that's 18. Him getting blown. So the joke of following the electric is maybe, you know what? Following the electric wasn't really a joke. It's just kind of us maybe able to catch what's happening. But him getting blown by the thing, that's definitely 16. Definitely a joke. And then him getting blown so hard that he gets blown into the other guy. That's a joke. So 17.
Holmes? What is that?
Je ne sais pas.
18. 18 jokes in that 2.5 minute scene. That's how fast it happens at a pro level, especially when you're not looking at just, and that's only the ones that I can count right now. Like, so I can only imagine, and I probably only could pick those ones up because of the supporting elements. So the supporting elements are definitely important. Like you need those elements to catch the joke. But that's funny. Like 18 jokes in a 2.5 minute fight scene. That's pro level. Holy crap. Like, and none of them are, because like not all of them are big laugh moments, but all those little jokes really help set up the funny bit. So even with the last one where he gets thrown back, that joke was set up by this joke, right? So he's gonna die. So it gets blown back. So each the 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 big jokes were set up like they're kind of the ending punchline of the scene was also set up by a big punchline earlier in the scene, right? So they're recycling punchlines, which helps it hit harder. But it also helps us understand and follow what's happening in the story of the scene. So, um, and then of course the actor performances are fantastic. That help sell the moments as well. So it's just great. It's just great. I was just so amazed as I was like, documenting and going down this fight scene because like there's always this moment that always stood out to me about this scene. Robert Downey Jr. Like that moment is always funny, right? But for us to get that funny moment, there was 6 other jokes before it, and so it helped prime us, get us in that mode of like ready to laugh at something, and then that big moment that we kind of all like, yeah, that's how we would react. It cues us to that, like gives us that reason to laugh, and have that release of tension, right? So anyway, I just think it's that's pretty it's just super impressive to me how they were able to do that. Goals, goals. So as I'm working through my own screenplay, I'm like, okay, how can I might not, how can I get more jokes, more comedy that still support the story? It still has to, like the fight scene tells a story itself. Um, but not just how do you tell the story, how do you, if you're making a comedy, how do you make that fight scene funny, and how do you make use of all the different tools in your in your choreography to do it. It's not just funny lines. There are a lot of jokes that are nonverbal here, so it's top notch. This is good. This is good goals.